to common thoughts that inhibit financial freedom. My name is Nate Doldelal. Blog is yesfinanciallyfree.com. So if you're not a subscriber yet, go to yesfinanciallyfree.com, put in your first name and your email address, get on the email list, and get your free ebook, Working Parents Guide to Financial Freedom, sent directly to your inbox. Check out the products page. We have lots of good things going on. And I have a free mastermind that is free for the next 11 members. After that, it is $997 for 1 year. So go there and check it out. Yesfinanciallyfree.com. Now, today's topic, 11 cures to common thoughts that inhibit financial freedom, was inspired by a thought check we did in our office hour this morning. So I have a program. I have a mastermind group. We meet, and every Wednesday we have an office hour, and that's available to any member of Finance Freedom Mastermind Program, Finance Freedom Training Live, or 1 Year Finance Freedom Makeover. You can attend my office hours on Wednesday mornings and ask any questions you want, discuss anything you need. So this morning, one of our mastermind members was frustrated about paying late fees for her rent. And she had this thought, she kept saying it out loud. And you can tell what your thoughts are about money because you can hear yourself saying them. Yeah. And she kept saying, I pay my rent, but if I pay it on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't clear, it doesn't go through, and then I pay late fees. So every time I have to pay rent on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I have problems. And this was her thought. And she said it over and over. And we didn't, we just listened to her talk about her issue, and we could hear it come out of her mouth. So we identified that thought, and we gave her a cure. And the interesting thing about it is she does pay her rent on time. The problem is she doesn't have enough money in the account to clear it on the weekend because it doesn't go out instantly. It takes 3 days, and she might have something else go through. So we changed her thinking thought to, I always pay my rent on time and it clears. And that's a technological issue, because in the past, when you just pay your rent with cash, you don't have to worry about this. It's also like checks clearing, same thing. If you just paid it up front right there, it'd be out. But because there's a time gap between when you actually pay and when the money comes out, she just didn't account for that in her thinking, So for her, it's like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I'm still getting in trouble. She needed to change that thought to, I pay it and it clears. And then she can, so that's her thought challenge. Now that made me think of what are the common thoughts that really hurt people in money? And that's what inspired today's topic. Now, just so you know a little bit about myself, I live in Honolulu, Hawaii with my husband, Jamel, and my son, Jordan. We own this condo and another one down the road. This one we live in, the other one down the road is an Airbnb business. But back in 2011, I owned no property, and I had over $40,000 of debt, and it was just credit cards, lines of credit. I paid it off by 2016, improved our family's net worth by $500,000. We're making almost $500 a month in passive income every month, and I quit my job and became a full-time mother, part-time finance freedom mastermind coach, which is what I was talking about earlier. And I continue doing my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com. So today's topic, let's talk about the 11 cures to common thoughts that inhibit financial freedom. So one of the common thoughts, hey, Jerry, how's it going? How you doing? How's everything? Nice to see you. So the first common thought that people have, I've noticed, and that I used to have this thought, is that I can't pay my bills on time. And that was the girl this morning, right? In our mastermind, she had this thought like, oh, every time I pay on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I have issues. Now, it might be really specific like that. So think about when you talk about bills, what do you say? And you'll know exactly what your thoughts are, okay? So if you think about bills, you're like, oh yeah, I pay my bills on time, then that's good. But if you have a thought like, oh, it's hard for me to pay my bills on time, or I keep missing my bills, or something like that, then this is a common thought you need to fix. And the cure is, it's easy for me to pay my bills on time. I always pay my bills on time, right? So if that's an issue for you and you're having trouble paying rent or electricity or health insurance or child care payments or whatever it is that you're missing, just say, it's easy for me to pay bills on time. It's easy for me to pay bills. So that's one cure, all right? The second common thought that people have is that they don't have enough money to invest, all right? They don't have enough money to invest, all right? Yes, you do. All right, you have enough money to invest, okay? So instead of saying I don't have enough money to invest, you can say I do have enough money to invest, or you can say I can invest without money. I can invest whether I have money or no money, right? We just went through a book. We're going through a book called Rich Dad's Guide to Investing by Robert Kiyosaki. In that, the key to financial freedom is to create assets without any money. And the example he had was these kids, when Robert was a kid and his friend Mike, the rich dad told them to figure out how to make money, without a salary. And they ended up getting these used comic books that were being thrown away, and they made a comic library, and they charged people money to come to their comic book library, and they started making money. And they didn't have any money to begin with. They had comic books that were being thrown away. They used that to create a business that created money for them. Do you see how that works? Yeah? And so they did not need money to create money. You understand? So you can change your thought from I need money, I don't have enough money to invest, to I can invest whether I have money or not, right? Or I can create assets whether I have money or not. Yeah? Does that make sense? Hi, Lolo. How are you? I hope you're having a nice day. Did you have a good surgery or procedure? I hope you're feeling good. Wishing you good health. Okay, so another thought pattern, number 3, is a lot of people think they can't afford to buy property, right? I can't afford to buy my own home, or I can't afford to buy my own property, all right? So that's a thought I used to have, okay? I used to think, I can't afford, especially in Hawaii, a lot of younger people think that they cannot afford to buy a house because it's so much more expensive than it used to be, and they just don't make enough money. So they have this thought in their head, like, I cannot buy my own property. I can't buy my own house, so I can't buy my own place. So change it, right? I can afford to buy my own place. I can afford to buy property. I can acquire property easily and effortlessly. So these are cures to that one. So that's another thought pattern. Another one, number 4. Number 4 is people are often thinking that their relatives always want money from them. Yeah. So this is a common thought that my husband had. My relatives want money from me, right? So instead of having that thought in your head that your relatives are always asking you for money and need money from you, switch the thought, right? How do you switch it? Well, a cure would be my relatives are good with money. My relatives are good with money. They're good. They don't need money from me. They're good with money. They have more than enough money. My relatives are great with money. They're money magnets, whatever. Figure out something that you like, but that would cure the relatives with money issue. Okay. The next one, number 5, is maybe you can pay your bills, but you hate paying your bills. Yeah. You're like, I hate paying my bills. Now, when you really think about it, bills are great. Bills happen because somebody let you have a service and not pay for it right away, right? So they billed you for it. So instead of having to pay upfront cash every time you want electricity, like you have to go to there to come give them $100 cash, give me $100 worth of electricity. They don't do that, right? Instead, they're like, they give you electricity and then you pay later, right? So instead of feeling like you hate your bills, love your bills. Without your bills, you wouldn't have all of these services provided to you in advance, right? Without you paying anything, right? People trust you. So say, I love my bills. I love that I get to pay for services that employ people in my community, right? That give people jobs. I'm so grateful I get to give people jobs through my paying my bills, and I help support the community. I help children go to school, whatever you can think of, but be happy about it. Yeah. Number 6, financial freedom. Becoming financially free is hard, right? I've had this thought. I'm guilty. So how do you change it? Becoming financially free is easy. All right. It's easy to become financially free. It's fun to become financially free. It's effortless to become financially free. Yeah. Number 7, a lot of people say they cannot become wealthy because of the economy, especially with COVID now. A lot of people can make that excuse, right? I can't do well because of COVID. I don't have a job, or I don't want to go to work because I might get sick, whatever your excuse is. So you can change it to, I prosper no matter what the economy is doing. I prosper no matter what. The economy could be bad. It doesn't matter. I still get rich. I still become financially free. It doesn't matter what's happening in the economy. I remember I got my first real job during the housing crisis, right? The housing crisis had nothing to do with me getting a job. See? So you don't have to blame things on the economy. The economy really has no claim over you, right? That's the thought. Okay, the next thought. Some people think it's hard to budget money. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to make a budget, stick to a budget, right? I used to have this thought, okay? So I know I've had it. So how do you cure this one? It's easy to budget my money. It's easy to follow a budget. Easy peasy, you know? It's easy to budget my money and stick to it. Number 9 thought. I've heard this from many people. They get depressed because like, oh, if I only started investing when I was younger, I would be rich by now, or I'd have $1 million by now, or I'd be retired by now. You know, all this, if I had only done this, 10 years ago, or if I had only thought. Now, that's not helpful because you're not that age anymore, right? And it's not even true because you can become financially free at any age. Even if you're retired, you can still become financially free. As long as you're still alive and kicking, you can become financially free, okay? So what is the replacing thought? I can become financially free at any age. I can become financially free at any age. All right. So get rid of that age block you got there if you have one. All right. I can become, and the next one is about education. Some people feel like, oh, I didn't get enough education. I didn't get my high school diploma. I didn't get my college degree. I didn't learn to read when I was in school, or I cheated and didn't learn a darn thing. Okay. Whatever your issue is with education, I can become financially free no matter what my education. I can become financially free with my current education or lack of education. All right. Just say that to yourself. And the last one is about being good enough. A lot of people think, well, I'm just not the type of person who deserves it. I'm not good enough to be financially free. I've done so many bad things in my life. I don't deserve it. Maybe you've done something wrong or whatever. Well, you are good enough. Okay. I am good enough to be financially free. I deserve to be financially free. That is the cure for the last thought. So I hope these cures help you. Those are 11 common thoughts that people have and their thought cures. So just talk about money, record yourself talking about what you typically think about when you talk about money, or have some talk about money with a friend and just see, what are you saying, and your friend will be able to point out, oh, you keep saying this, you keep saying it's hard to pay your rent on the weekend or whatever, like we did with our friend today. We're like, you keep saying you can't pay rent when it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's not a good thought. And you keep saying it. So that's why you're making it true, right? So listen to yourself speak, focus in on what your thoughts are, and cure them. I hope you enjoyed today's live video. Go ahead, click the link below to get the blog post and go there and check out the products page, guys. Join a mastermind group or do the 7-day finance freedom challenge for $7 and get 2 streams of passive income. Whatever the case, learn how to become financially free right now. And I really appreciate you guys. Aloha. Take care. Bye.